I think the setting of this hotel is great because if you want to enjoy your meals guilt-free, they have a fantastic space that you can just walk around. So we can enjoy the brunch guilt-free though.
Yes.
Mutton champaran, which is from the Bihar district of Champaran. So cooked in handi, sealed over and then cooked over some burning charcoals and wood.
We have dal makhani over here. Bindi chole is there along with different kind of condiments like imli ki chutney, chilies, tadke wala sirka pyaj.
ये आपका छोले?
हाँ जी.
Karachi korma counter. Slow cooked chicken with some nice yogurt, spices. Mutton korma.
Oh! Let us try this chicken chai. I like the fact that the chef has taken the effort to de-shell the crab for me, and it's in a Thousand Island dressing. Super. So I've got some lobster there, or the crayfish. That's what you typically get. You got some prawns and you got some pomfret. And then we've got a vegetarian barbecue as well. I love the sweetness of that prawn. Very fresh. The kulcha is tasty. I always say amchu, but Amritsar ka kulcha hai. So
You should not compare, like you should just eat
you're right.
this kulcha here, in Bengaluru.
Authentic Kashmiri kahwa. This is how we used to drink it in the Kashmir. Even if you go to any Kashmiri marriage, you will find the same ones.
Very good, very enjoyable. How is it?
It's a healthy drink.
Oh, it smells like grass.
Full of antioxidants. Very, very good for your system.
Good for your system. Last sip. All yours, Sri. Test of a good eggs Benedict is that when you break that poached egg, that egg yolk should run. So these eggs are poached perfect. Now she's gone to the fruit bar because she thinks that I probably need to eat something to counter against the effects of the eggs Benedict. I don't want so much.
Just eat.
How will I eat lunch then? But all the three vegetarian dishes that I've tasted thus far, whether it's the Kothe Bazaar ki soya cham or that lasuni palak with the chilgoza, and now of course the bharwang guchi, I think all three dishes have been very interesting. Nice?
Very nice. Very, very nice.
I think nothing like a good filter coffee to begin your day. Very good. So we're in the coffee shop here at the Leela Bhartiya City at breakfast time, but we're not here for breakfast, although they have a fantastic breakfast spread. But we're here for some coffee because after this, we are headed for a walk in the park there. If you're the sort who wants to walk, etc., this is a great place to just be. But most people when they come on a vacation, we just want to relax, vegetate a bit. But you can't do that with Sri around.
No, only thing is we also enjoy so much. I just feel, you should also exercise about 40-50 minutes a day.
40-50 minutes a day.
So that, keep your basal metabolic rate high so that even if you eat, you burn those calories. Otherwise, it gets stagnated.
And speaking of eating, there's plenty of eating that we did yesterday. So yesterday we did a big lunch and then of course we did a light tapas which was nice. And today even I think the day is going to bring some great food. So therefore some coffee and a walk after that to, as Shri says, keep the metabolism high so that we can indulge more in lunch. I think the setting of this hotel is great because if you want to enjoy your meals guilt-free, they have a fantastic space that you can just walk around. And last evening we took a bit of a stroll, but today we've been walking for the last half an hour or so. And you can actually walk for about 4 or 5 kilometers, right? Quite easily. This is fantastic. I think when you talk about city spaces, you're talking about a place where people can live, not just in terms of the home, right? But also in terms of stepping out to do things. And I think in the current scenario, getting fresh air, albeit with the masks on, in a space like this is fantastic. How long have you walked?
32 minutes so far.
How many kilometers?
It's about close to 2.5.
2.5. How much more?
Another half kilometer at least.
Yeah. So we can enjoy the brunch guilt-free now.
Yes.
I think this is fantastic. So we didn't really think, I didn't really have this in mind at all.
I had.
Yeah. So I said, okay, fine, let's try a new hotel. The LEELA at Bhartiya City. So the hotel's been great, and also our stay there so far, 1 night, 1 day. And the meals, of course. But I think we've done, at least in the midst of all that, we've done 3 walks. I think a walk yesterday between lunch and evening tapas, a short walk post tapas, and now a slightly longer walk post a morning cup of coffee. Really nice. You know, typically in a city hotel, you're in the hotel and you can't really step out too much. So whatever you do, whatever activity, yes, you can go to the gym or walk on the treadmill, etc. But when you're out in a park like this with walkways, other people walking, a tiny pond there, play area for the kids, etc., it's always nice to see people when you are exercising or, you know, just moving around. So I think this was a complete bonus.
This is what tree this is? People tree.
This I don't know. I think it's some kind of a berry. Some fish. That's my kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Chicken, again my kind of stuff. That's the kodi kura, kotmiri kodi kura, and the mean Colombo. Chef, what's happening here?
Mutton champaran, which is from the Bihar district of Champaran. So cooked in handi, sealed over and then cooked over some burning charcoals and wood.
Typically in Champaran mutton, they do it individual portions, right?
We do individual portions, but because we are doing it for a buffet, so we've done it in a bulk. And we are serving in small portions because there's so much of variety to taste. I don't want to stuff them just with this. Give them the tasters of what a Champaran mutton is all about.
All my vegetarian is there.
Penne dosa, kallappa. What is kallappa?
Kallappa is the Kerala thing, sir. It was like appam only. We will make on tawa.
Kallappa.
Yes.
Oh, kallappam.
Yes.
Ah.
It's similar like dosa.
Yeah, kallappam. I know kallappam. I saw there was some turkey. I think the turkey is already over.
One turkey is already over. They're getting the second one right there.
Ah, so you still have a bit of Christmas happening here.
Korma counter, Karachi korma counter. Slow cooked chicken with some nice yogurt, spices. Mutton korma.
Mutton korma. Oh. And I know there's a fair bit of the marrow that's rendered into that gravy already, huh? When you look at mutton, एक अलग से प्यार आ जाता है उसमें, huh?
I'm a huge fan.
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
What's your name?
Ismail.
Ismail. आप शर्मा जी ऑमलेट वाले हो आज? हाँ?
I've been following you since 2 years, since your channel grew.
Yeah.
I've been following you.
Do you like the work we do?
I love the work.
Thank you.
Wankai vepudu, red rice,
Red rice.
and some mullangi peanut masala.
Mullangi peanut masala.
Andhra style pure. Soppu saru.
Soppu saru. This is like what you make at home.
Karnataka, yeah, yes.
But I hope you're not going to be eating this today.
No, not at all. I'll try something different.
Ah, there's some biryanis happening there, huh?
Vegetable biryani.
Nice. Mirchi ka salad.
Yeah.
That's a Hyderabadi style mirchi ka salan.
Mutton biryani.
Mutton biryani. There's some barbecue here. Bhel puri.
Yeah.
Comfort food.
Yeah, a little bit. I'll start with that.
We have dal makhani over here. Bindi chole is there along with different kind of condiments like imli ki chutney, chilies, तड़के वाला सिरका प्याज.
ये आपका छोले.
हाँ जी. इस छोले में हमने तड़का नहीं मारा है. ये छोले को हमारे सर में जो मैंने सीखे हैं अपने करियर में जो मैंने देखे हैं वो छोले बनाते हैं उसी छोले के ऊपर टेम्परिंग फेंकी जाती है. उसके बाद उसके ऊपर सारे स्पाइसेस डाले एक घी को खोलता हुआ गर्म किया एंड पुट द घी ऑन द टॉप.
तो ये तो जो केसर दावा में जो घी का चौक डालते हैं
वैसा है.
वैसा है. ओह फैंटास्टिक.
छोले की तो दाल मखनी शुड बी देयर.
ये माँ की दाल है.
माँ की दाल है.
And this of course is a must try with the
चटनी.
चटनी.
Yes, इमली का चटनी है.
हाँ.
कहीं भी कुलचे खाएंगे आप खा के हैं तो चटनी होगी साथ में.
चटनी होगी.
छोले के ऊपर थोड़ी सी या बाई साइड जैसा भी कुछ.
So इमली थोड़ा गुड़ होता है उसमें.
इमली गुड़ थोड़ा स्प्रिंग अनियन डाला है हमने यहाँ पे.
हाँ.
तो उस चीज़ के थोड़ा स्पाइसी चाट मसाला आमचूर पाउडर
और लाल मिर्च का.
बिल्कुल सर लाल मिर्च.
और ये मसाले वाले आलू.
मसाले वाले आलू. एंड वी हैव अगेन हियर 6 टाइप ऑफ कुलचास.
अच्छा स्टफ्ड कुलचेज है ये.
क्रैनबेरी एंड एस्पैरेगस.
क्रैनबेरी एस्पैरेगस.
यस. इट्स सोया चाप.
हाँ.
मशरूम ट्रफल मशरूम. पालक पनीर.
हाँ.
अमृतसरी कुलचे का मिक्सचर एंड बटर चिकन कुलचे.
पंजाब में खाते हैं क्रैनबेरी कुलचा.
पंजाब में नहीं खाते लेकिन कुछ तो नया ट्राई करना चाहिए. आजकल लोग सब नया ट्राई करने की कर रहे हैं तो हम भी कर रहे हैं.
So we have a different concept of chicken chai.
चिकन चाय.
Yeah, soup plus tea leaves, which we have got from Munnar. So I was plenty of bike rides, so I went to Munnar recently. So I said, chef, I am getting some tea leaves. He said, make something different.
You went on a bike ride.
Yeah, I do plenty of bike rides.
Oh fantastic. You're my sort of guy, man.
Exactly, sir. Aman, I am in charge for European food.
You're in charge of European food.
Yes, exactly. Concept is the Suleimani concept. What we have, the combination of tea leaves and chicken stock.
That's in that.
Yes, exactly.
But this is what salt. What
Yeah,
salt?
this is hot salt. Instead of rate, we are using salt. So it will warm it up from in a temperature of 300 degrees Celsius.
Sprouted wheat. तो ये क्या है?
Egg white.
Egg white.
Some quinoa puffs. This is how chicken chai looks. Sir, please.
Let us try this chicken chai. I can smell the mint. हाँ वो mint की खुशबू है. Oh, I love the crunch that you get from the quinoa.
Exactly.
So what you?
That was the concept. So it is a puffed rice concept.
Oh.
We puff the quinoa in
You puff
high
the quinoa.
temperature. Yeah.
Oh, this is very comforting. But the tea is not so obvious. I think the tea plays a second
combination. Yes.
fiddle to the chicken stock.
Because flavor of the chicken we don't want to dry. The tea leaves what we get from Munnar, it is the fresh one. If we dry it and put it, it will be too much aromatic. So we use the fresh leaves for that.
Very nice.
Thank you so much.
This is the
sir.
first time I'm tasting it. I think what you adding into it, it brings in a certain element of texture. And I think towards the end you basically go with your spoon
Exactly.
to reach for that chicken, some of that egg white, some of that sprouted wheat, etc. Very interesting.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much, guys. Nice meeting you guys. Thank you for the chai. Chef, बढ़िया है यार ये चाय तो.
This is some new concept which we introduced, so everybody loved it. So that's why we're keeping it almost every Sunday.
Yeah. ये लेकिन फुर्सत में आपको फुर्सत में पीना है. You have to be at a table, not holding a camera in one hand, because you need to scoop out that chicken. You need to scoop out that egg, the wheat sprout. I love that quinoa puff. I love that crunch that it brings. यहाँ क्या जलेबी हो रहा है?
हाँ जलेबी बन रही सर. ये नॉर्मल जलेबी तो है ही हमारे पास.
Normal.
और साथ में एप्पल जलेबी भी बनता है.
एप्पल जलेबी मतलब उसमें एप्पल से बनता है.
एप्पल से बनता है.
Some jalebi with rabdi. That's the right combination. So I think यहाँ पे काफ़ी कुछ है हमारे लिए ट्राई करने के लिए. But I think we'll begin little mellow. I think we'll begin शायद with a barbecue. हाँ yakitori type. थोड़ा pineapple. एक आध दो पीस पनीर. हाँ we'll do some seafood. हाँ we'll do prawn, lobster. Pomfret है ना?
Yes, pomfret is there.
So we'll do some pomfret.
बिल्कुल सर.
हाँ so we'll उससे शुरू करते हैं then we'll take it from
sending
there.
on your table.
We'll send on the table.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
I'm sending it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
beautiful seafood post right here with some nice clams.
You got some clams there, yeah?
And we have some baby octopus, some nice calamari. And we have got some beautiful crab, which is right here. You can ask us to break it down, we'll do that for you. Some New Zealand mussels, then we have tiny shrimps. These are freshwater shrimps.
These are basically poached.
Yes, all are poached with a cote bouillon. Cote bouillon basically a flavored broth. So there is seasoning in this. You can go with some nice classical cocktail sauce to add on, and we always recommend all the seafood with cocktail sauce or a squeeze of lemon.
You know, I saw some barbecue there. I didn't see this at all. So now I'm wondering whether I should probably try some of this too.
You should.
What should I try?
You should. I think I would love to break down a crab for you.
Okay, fantastic. A Mangalorean will never say no to crab. So is that like a mud crab?
It's a mud crab.
It's a mud crab. Fantastic. So I'm looking forward to the crab. But can I also do some of these clams?
Yes.
Maybe
yes,
about 3
yes.
or 4 of them.
Sure,
Not too
sure.
many.
Yep.
You know, Mangaloreans, we love that. We call it marwai. I don't know
Marwai.
if you marwai or kube.
Okay.
And basically, you don't get it everywhere, and it's quite painful to clean it and all of that.
Exactly. There's a lot of hard work which you need to do it, and even I come out from a coastal place, so in our places as well, we really make a country style kind of stew along with it.
That'll be nice.
Yes.
Thank you so much, chef.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, my sister is a great fan of yours. Can we take a picture?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Good. This is my daughter.
Okay, you're on my vlog. Okay.
I watch my friends and I watch all your videos.
Thank you. What's your name?
Advika.
Advika. Nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you.
Enjoy your meal and Happy New Year. See you. Bye-bye. Well, always nice to meet food lovers wherever you go. I think food brings people together. And especially the food's great, well, it draws the food-loving crowd together, which is always nice. So there's a fair bit happening here at the brunch behind me. I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to measure my pace and we're going to begin with some barbecue. Shri, where are you now on the...
No, I had this
Kalapam.
Kalapam.
How's it?
It's very nice. Kalapam and chutney. And then I had also bel puri.
So you're enjoying?
Yeah, I'm enjoying.
So I've got some barbecue coming up. Veg barbecue for you.
Great.
I'm doing the seafood.
The one you have asked for the name with this.
So you got some vada garlic on that?
Yeah. So fresh parsley.
Fresh parsley, fantastic. The crabs are poached.
Yeah, they are poached in a liquid which has flavorful but below just the chef said. So inside I took out some meat of it.
Thank you so much, chef.
Thank you so much, sir.
Well, we're making a beginning with some of the poached seafood. I like the fact that the chef has taken the effort to deshell the crab for me. And it's in a Thousand Island dressing. Super. It's also got a bunch of microgreens in there. So the crabs have been poached in a lightly flavored poaching liquid. Well, the crabs are delicate in the flavor. When it comes to crab, you got to go with both your hands. When you eat crab, you shouldn't be shy. Bite into it, extract all the juices, and then spit the shell out. Sorry to do that on camera, but I also have some clams there. And the chef's got a nice butter garlic sauce on top. Shri, what do you got?
Cranberry asparagus kulcha, Amritsari kulcha, and some maki dal, and then some chole. It's very interesting. Very nice.
You got that khatas, no? That sour.
So your barbecue as you have asked. Your veg.
Thank you very much.
And barbecue sauce. So this is your seafood starter.
Thank you. So I've got some lobster there, or the crayfish. That's what you typically get. You got some prawns and you got some pomfret. And then we've got a vegetarian barbecue as well. Baby corn there, broccoli, zucchini, cherry tomatoes, pineapple, paneer with a chimichurri sauce and also a barbecue sauce.
Asparagus.
Okay, some asparagus there. I think one of your favorite things is asparagus, right? And I think good asparagus is not easy to find.
Yeah.
I love that butter garlic dressing on this. You know, when eating clams, the meat is rather tiny. It's a lot of effort, but when you get to that tiny fleck. The restaurant has large windows, which is great for a lot of light coming in, but when you're shooting, sometimes the light also favors. I hope it doesn't get overexposed. Little that I can do about it, except enjoy my lobster in a bit of the chimichurri sauce. I love the sweetness of that prawn. Very fresh. So good. This brunch is priced at $19.90 plus tax. There's so much that you can savor. You can spend 3 hours. Alcohol maybe another 1,500 or something like that. The quality is quite good.
Each and every dish, the quality, whether the vegetables, the fruits, whatever you order, it's like good quality produce.
Like Sri said, I think the quality of whatever we've tasted so far has been good. Before I get to more meat, let's savor some greens. A lot of cilantro in this, and also the lemon. I think it will be perfect with the paneer. The paneer is nice and soft, well charred on the outside. But when it comes to paneer, you want to infuse some more flavor, especially if it's in a barbecue form. Some spiced pineapple. Nice char on the pineapple. A lot of chili. And because it's barbecued, so all the sugars are concentrated. Already done? You want dessert? Huh?
Superb selection of desserts.
Yeah. What do you got?
Mud pudding.
Oh.
Some
You got
chocolate.
some panna cotta there. It's a nice palate cleanser in between my seafood and meat course.
So this is the magic of North Indian cuisine. Dal makhani and Amritsari chole along with butter chicken kulcha. We have potatoes masala and masala chilies, tamarind chutney and masala pyaj.
जो भी था स्टेशन में सब डाल दिया आपने. Thank you very much.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I've got my kulcha here. This is the butter chicken kulcha. So the kulcha is tucked away behind all the things that have come in here. So you've got some chole here, some Amritsari chole, I'm told. Some dal makhani, maa ki dal. It's a tasty kulcha. I'm sorry about the light playing hide and seek with us. Sometimes it's bright, sometimes it's not, because we're right next to the window here. When you have a table by the window, you're at the mercy of the sun god. The kulcha is tasty. I always say amchu, but Amritsar ka kulcha hai. So
You should not compare, like you should just eat
you're right.
this kulcha here, in Bengaluru.
This is mutton champaran.
Oh, mutton champaran. Thank you very much. Some masale aloo. Of course, the makhan is also not as much. But Sri is right. You shouldn't compare, and I'm thinking of the Amritsari kulcha, but when you've tasted it, after that every time you're going to benchmark it, you're going to think about that, right? We have to return to Amritsar to taste more of the Amritsari kulcha. Quite enjoyable. That's some chole aloo, classic combination. You do a bhatura, the masale aloo has to go into it. Into the chola. Well, this is a dish that I was looking forward to tasting. This is what they call the champaran meat, and it comes from Bihar, and I think there's a place called Champaran. And basically what they do is they cook the meat with some onions, with some garlic, masala, etc. They cook it in a clay pot. They cover the pot and then they seal it with some atta, with some dough, and then it cooks for a few hours, and that's what results in the champaran mutton. So this, of course, they cook it in a much larger pot here. That meat is the texture of makmal. I think barring bits of the cartilage, that meat quite readily dissolves. I think that's the neck part. You can taste a fair bit of the ginger in that, some garlic. And I think what happens as the meat cooks, all its juices, all the goodness of the bone, the marrow, the gelatin renders into that gravy. And also a bit of spice. Some spice from the chili. So this is a dish that's rather rustic. So you can taste and literally bite into the ginger, the garlic, the onions, the chili, as you can see in the gravy here. I don't think I've seen the champaran mutton being cooked in this manner on any buffet. Some cardamom too. So it's sort of dish that you have to literally pick your way through. Chicken and lamb korma. Thank you very much. Thank you. I can taste some of the kevda, the screw pine essence. I want a plain kulcha. I want to just taste the gravy with it. And ginger. This is the chicken. Tasty though. I think brista definitely adds some chili too. And some ginger julienne. I think it's got some almond cream in that, yeah. It's got some nice cream as well. Also some berries in that. After grazing through many of the brunch dishes, I wanted to keep dessert light. I don't remember what this is called, the first time I'm tasting it, but it's got some almond cream there. Very nice.
There is a kahwa which is made in cinnamon sticks. Some kahwas which have milk added, just a milk cardamom and few petals of saffron.
But this is
the authentic one which everybody prefers, especially on the winter season.
Well, that looks very good. So that's fantastic. After that big brunch, we were lucky to meet Sahil here, who works
at the Leela Bhartiya City.
So Sahil volunteered to make us some kahwa.
Authentic Kashmiri kahwa.
And I must say, we're really enjoying it.
Thank you so much.
Just what we needed after that big brunch. This is super. You can actually taste the saffron. So the authentic Kashmiri kahwa, you basically first steep the cardamom in hot water.
Cardamom, hot water and saffron. You have to boil it at least 10-15 minutes until it gets right color, texture, flavor even matters. At the end you can add the honey, how much you want it for your kahwa.
Very nice, thank you. And you also have a bit of a garnish of some nuts there.
Yes, you can do garnish of any dry fruit. Basically we do for the almonds.
Okay. So this is how they drink it in Kashmir?
Right. This is how we used to drink it in the Kashmir. Even if you go to any Kashmiri marriage, you will find the same ones.
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Very good. Very enjoyable. nothing that wakes you up like a good cup of filter coffee. Well folks, it's our last morning here at the Leela Bhartiya City. And here for a spot of coffee and then
walk. Nice 4-kilometer walk.
4-kilometer walk. Well, that's where we're going to walk. I think there's been a lot of food on this staycation. You must have seen most of it already in the vlog. How's it?
It's a healthy drink.
Oh, it smells like grass. It is wheat grass after all. Isn't bitter in its taste. I think if you blend grass in a...
Full of antioxidants. It's very, very good for your system.
Good for your system. Last sip. All yours, Shri. I think if you drink some water after this, the water tastes like iron. Right? But so anyway, so there you go, my healthy 2 sips for the day, but I'm going to return to my coffee. There doesn't have to be an age for everything, right? I mean, they say there's an age and stage for everything.
Yeah.
But what do you think?
No, I think we should be young at heart.
And
at the same time, like the biological age will be the biological age. For that, you need to take care also. But you should be young at heart.
Young at heart and pop onto the swing.
Yep.
So this banyan tree we learned has been transplanted here. I mean, I've never noticed actually these berries on a banyan tree.
I like this Greek yogurt. Epigamia. Nice one.
So that's all you're eating? Yogurt?
I'm eating pesarattu.
Pesarattu.
And chutney.
He's gone to our Andhra roots today.
Yeah.
As for me, I want to taste something different. Chef, हो जाएगा आज?
Egg Benedict.
Egg Benedict. So, what will you use? Will you use for the bread? What will you use?
We use English muffin, ham, poached egg, and on the top hollandaise sauce.
Hollandaise sauce. And what will you have some chives on top? Or
Yes, we do some chives and parsley on the top.
Fantastic.
Would I get for you?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
I'm getting for you.
That's Eggs Benedict is one of those rare indulgences that not everybody can do an Eggs Benedict well.
Now very rare Indian guests we got which ordered a poached egg or egg Benedict or egg royals.
And also when you poach the egg, there is a way to poaching it, right?
Yes,
you add some vinegar into the water?
Yes, it's a certain way. We add some vinegar in it, so it helps to bind that egg white over the egg. And we keep on rotating the water, so egg white will be coagulated over the egg yolk.
Over the egg yolk. Fantastic.
Let us get body, we take it.
Super. So Gurpreet seems to have nailed all the technicalities of the Eggs Benedict. I'm sure he'll nail the Eggs Benedict too. Thank you, Chef.
I'm getting for you.
Thank you, Chef. Thank you. It's one of those indulgences that I typically find only a few establishments, a few hotels can do well and a few chefs can do well, because I think it's a lost art now. These are the classics that I think people don't really ask so much for. So I think most people will do an omelette, an eggs over easy or a sunny side up or something like that. But an Eggs Benedict, also it's a bit rich with the hollandaise that goes on top, again which has, all that butter and the egg yolk and all of that. But once in a while it's okay to indulge. So I'll do breakfast today and then lunch, a big lunch, no dinner. So that will be my intermittent fasting schedule for today. But yesterday even I think I finished my meal. I had only one meal yesterday. I only had lunch. And of course in the evening at the sundowner we had a few nibbles. But I think we were done with that by about 7:45, 8. And what's the time now? So it's about 10 o'clock. So I've got about a 14-hour window today. And I'll probably do lunch and then again maybe do a 16, 18-hour intermittent window after that. Pesarattu is looking good. Good job.
Very well made sambar.
Yeah. Nice. Some green chili in that, huh? Green chili, ginger, cumin. A slight sourness in it. Sambar is nice. That's a typical Bengaluru sambar. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ sweet, slight sweetness is there. But nice, nicely done. And it's got plenty of veggies, no? Some drumstick is there. Some fruits and some yogurt. Well, the test of an eggs Benedict. So you've got the English muffin at the bottom, you've got the ham, and then you have the poached egg with some chives with some parsley on top. Test of a good eggs Benedict is that when you break that poached egg, that egg yolk should run. So these eggs are poached perfect. This is a very rich sort of egg preparation because you got the hollandaise, you got the egg yolk there, and then you got the egg yolk from the eggs, and then of course you have the ham as well. So you want that bread to be strong enough to carry that, to soak up all those flavors. Traditionally it's done with an English muffin or sometimes even with a brioche. You know, when you eat eggs for breakfast, it makes you happy, no? And what I like here is that the hollandaise isn't drowning the eggs Benedict. So there's only enough hollandaise just to kind of moisten it, that's it. There's also slight sourness that you get because the water that they poach the eggs in, they add some vinegar to it. There's a bit of slight sourness. What the ham also does is cut through some of that richness of that egg yolk. And also it's a cured meat, so the flavors are strong. And you need that to balance the richness of that egg yolk in this eggs Benedict. If you do breakfast like a king. Like they used to say earlier, right? Breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince or a nobleman, and dinner like a pauper or a beggar, yeah. After the eggs Benedict indulgence, some fruit. Always balance things out. Most of the meals that we do are typically about balance. So if I do an indulgent tasting somewhere or a rich meal somewhere or a rich dish, you try and balance it out with something else. So for instance, I've had the eggs Benedict is rather indulgent, which is the reason why most people don't do it. But then I've had that, so I'm going to balance that with some fruit and also some yogurt. When I'm doing my tasting solo, the boss isn't watching. But when she's watching me taste something, so she'll see me eat something rich. Now she's gone to the fruit bar because she thinks that I probably need to eat something to counter against the effects of the eggs Benedict. I don't want so much.
You just eat.
How will I eat lunch then? The fruit bar is another thing that I love in a 5-star breakfast buffet, right? Because a good hotel, the chefs will usually taste the fruits while they're chopping, cutting. So they'll make sure that it's the best pineapple, the best muskmelon, the grape, the watermelon that goes in. Well, our last meal here at the Leela on this trip, and I think we've saved the best for the last. At least that's what I'd like to think. We're going to be lunching at Falak, which is their Indian restaurant. And after we lunch, we'll check out. So you're looking forward to this lunch?
Very much.
Yeah?
Very much. So it's the same chef as Jamawar, right?
That's right. The chef behind the food at Falak, the Indian restaurant here on the rooftop, He's the same chef who was behind the success of Jamawar, the restaurant at the LEELA Palace, Bengaluru. So we were there for the sundowner last evening and we tasted some of the short eats and that was very good. So really looking forward to this lunch. Let's go.
Yeah.
भाई नमस्कार।
नमस्कार शेफ, कैसे हो?
मैं बढ़िया।
हाँ,
और कैसे रहे आप?
बस
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आप आए।
थैंक यू वेरी मच। हमें भी बहुत अच्छा लगा यहाँ पे आकर आपको देखकर।
शुक्रिया।
So that is Chef Farman Ali, and Chef Farman Ali is of course amongst the many years of experience. कितने साल हो गए आपको? 52 साल, 52 years of experience. In the many accolades that he has, in the 52 years that he's been a chef, most people in Bengaluru know is his success with the Jamawar at the LEELA Bengaluru. और यहाँ पे अभी फलक.
यहाँ पे अभी फलक.
फलक is called the sky, हाँ?
स्काई. आसमान.
आसमान. तो आपका मेन्यू भी यहाँ पे आसमान छूने वाला होगा.
जरूर होगा, आप देखिए अभी.
But all the three vegetarian dishes that I've tasted thus far, whether it's the Kothe Bazaar ki soya cham or that lasuni palak with the chilgoza, and now of course the bharwang guchi, I think all three dishes have been very interesting.
The best tandoori chicken in the country.
So let's taste the best tandoori chicken. Oh, I forgot. We also have the atta chicken.
This is from Kotkapura. It is in Amritsar.
Okay.
So there is a story behind कि वहाँ पे ना दो एक एक्स फौजी होते थे आर्मी में, तो उनके बेटे थे, उन्होंने एक छोटा सा ढाबा खोल रखा था, तो उनकी जो ग्रेवी थी तो वो इतनी बिकती नहीं थी. देन ही केम बैक आफ्टर रिटायरमेंट. देन उनको बोला कि व्हाई डोंट यू डू समथिंग इंटरेस्टिंग विद दिस रेसिपी. तो उन्होंने क्या किया कि अपना जो चिकन है, चिकन को, कच्चे चिकन को, उसको अच्छी तरह स्टफ़ किया अपने आलमंड के साथ, कुछ स्पाइसेस के साथ, उसको स्टफ़ करके उसकी ये प्रेजेंटेशन बनाई. एंड ही कुक्ड इन द तंदूर विच वेंट वेरी पॉपुलर इन द वर्ल्ड. तो वहाँ पे जो है ये होल चिकन बनता है.
Whole chicken बनता है. That chicken is almost falling off the bone. So they said ये जो आटा चिकन हमने देखा, जैसे वेजिटेरियन ने पूछा तो उनको पनीर मिलेगा, आटा पनीर. तो उनका ये इनोवेशन है. सो आई सेड यू आर स्पॉइलिंग द वेजिटेरियंस व्हेन दे टेस्ट ऑल दिस वेजिटेरियन फूड हियर. And I think this reminds me, you know, of course they're very different concepts, but this reminds me of the variety that you have for vegetarians even at Jamawar.
Normally, they guess whether it is Jamawar or even today Falak. Like, I'm so happy and content with so many vegetarian dishes, it's not even funny. So you get so many and everything, you name it, you have it here.
I think just the kind of attention that's been paid to vegetarians in the food that we find here, I think that's quite interesting. I think on that note, I'm going to go for the lamb with the nalli.
तो इसमें क्या है कि इक्वल अमाउंट ऑफ स्टॉक, इक्वल अमाउंट ऑफ योगर्ट, और इसके जो मसाले हैं वो हमारे होम ग्राउंडेड मसाले हैं. उसमें शेफ के अपने सीक्रेट स्पाइसेस.
Fantastic. Your chef share his secrets with you.
Of course.
So you have a super ustad in Chef Farman Ali, and then of course you also have Chef Singh, who's on his way to becoming a super ustad in due course.
With his guidance.
Look at how cleanly that meat has come off the bone. And you got all the goodness of that nihari that's dripping back into that bowl there. What I like is that the meat is soft, still has a bit of a bite. Because as you bite into the meat, that meat also releases some of the flavors of that nihari, of that gravy that it's been stewed in for a period of time. How long does it take to cook, chef?
It takes around 1.5 hours.
Let's see, we are lucky enough to get some, I think most of the marrow steeps into the gravy as it's being cooked. The spices are quite gentle, quite mellow, quite warming. I'm sure there'll be dessert at the end of it, but if you ask me, this is my dessert. Now the meal is complete. Bit of a mess, but a happy mess. This massive meal at Falak, which is their rooftop Indian restaurant. Great meal. In fact, I don't think you will see the entire Falak episode in this vlog. I think you will see a separate vlog on Falak just because of the number of dishes that we tasted and the amount of time that we spent there. So yes, so I think we've enjoyed this staycation thoroughly. Our bags are packed and we are ready to go. But I think this has been a fantastic 2-day staycation. I think we needed this as we entered the new year.
It's one of the best staycations. Nice experience with the food, ambience, people, it's a complete package.
I'm glad that we picked the LEELA at Bhartiya City. We came in with zero expectations, didn't know what it was going to be like, but I must say we've enjoyed every aspect of the experience. It's a great hotel, a very modern LEELA, and of course fitted to the standards that the LEELA is always fitted to. And the staff here are the sort that will, do all that they can to make your experience a happy one. From where we live in Koramangala, it's a bit of a trek. It took us about an hour or so to get here. But I think sometimes you want to drive out, make some effort to feel like you've left the city behind. And that's really what we felt. Right. So we checked in here on a Saturday afternoon and we're checking out on a Monday evening. We really feel like we've traveled somewhere, stayed in a place, and now we're going back into the bustle of the city. Going back home and of course charged and rejuvenated.
As if you feel, like you are away from Bangalore for a couple of days and you are going back to Bangalore.
So if you are contemplating a staycation, do check out the Leela Bhartiya City. We've enjoyed our stay here thoroughly and I hope you've enjoyed this vlog or these vlogs too, depending on how many parts this turns out to be. We just wanted to share this slice of life sort of an experience with you. Of course, a lot of it is food and some other aspects now and then too. So we hope you've enjoyed this one. If you did, give this vlog a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do consider subscribing. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.